Okay, so I'm going to read this document out loud. What I don't understand is when time and space is fluid, I come from, right, our own system that we sent in and up ahead. Why do I actually have to follow through with this route when people in the past had access to this, but not my family? Why in the 1950s and 60s was this my future life in the wrong course? Why was it being taught at universities and like getting out into the public and riling and starting up all new things that my parents had no idea about? Nobody ever came to inform them. In fact, everybody hid from them, which then made new cascading effects, which now I wake up and I have no clue where all of the people that were supposed to help Hitler and I, or Nicklaus and I, get together, who are trying to protect our science, but we had 1960s in the Chinese finger lock coming in and causing all sorts of problems. So now, did one of the asshole corporations in the United States, in Russia, in anywhere in between, since only white, non-facially disformed and disfigured people matter at the uppermost echelon of all area security, because I will only ever come in a white, non-facially deformed being. And the racially deformed beings of the Down syndrome are not acceptable to Central SciStem, and we own and run everything anyway. So, and that's what is in charge of keeping all area of color, no matter what the mixture, safe. And we're just trying to fix the goddamn zoo that you live in, and you keep interfering with the zookeepers and their ability to perform the maintenance tasks required to keep you safe and not from disintegrating early or socioeconomically falling even further into disarray or more dangerous amongst one another. Oh, too late. You gave too much fucking time to the enemy. Hello, stupids. I can't get myself anywhere. There's nobody useful in the United States of America. Zero. I only see enemies everywhere I go. I wake up to broken white faces that were bought by other science projects. So now where did you want me to go when somebody's useful and helpful and doesn't want their white kids to fall apart? Or they don't want like all humanity to go extinct, because that's where we're at. Great. So the database of broken moving parts that exist at any point in space and word, they call, and I boxed it in for time. That's what they use in this version of dysfunctional, junctional human. Yet no one of the daily pieces ever seems to be able to clarify, and I boxed it in, my name, Nicole Cattaruzza, and then I further boxed in one face. Because through all of space and time, you get one character, one immortal figure. It is my face, so this way, he and I, the zookeepers, can fix our broken terrarium that keeps all color human and the facially disfigured, they call Asians on my side, but we call it the country of China and country of Korea that are fucking everywhere. They're like a disgusting disease that's spread over the last 100 years. Lewis informs me from his broken mouth that originated born in Italy with a box around Italian, but moved placement to land reboot, where he reboots every morning for the last, I don't know, since he moved here in whatever year, doesn't fucking matter. Box that around Lewis's broken fucking head machine. And they call this place New York, Newyork, and there's a box around that for broken placement in how the fuck did everything Chinese and Korean get shoved into New York Bayside where God's born, when she specifically said they all needed to fucking die, regardless of what her face looked like speaking to them, because she doesn't have protection, she doesn't have cover, and she doesn't have a weapon. Nor does she have a government she can rely on or trust to do anything fucking right. So in that dysfunction junction reality that I am living in for the last 41 years, So his broken mouthpiece tells in a box, Nicole Cattaruzza, through her ear, her listening gear, that in this routed dysfunction junction, his reboot was sending from the broken science program. His body picked up a message from broken science, and this was the reality that he was sent for placement of whatever. According to him, in that day and moment, Russia has black men and multi-ethnical people. I boxed Russia in one word, separated from his retarded multi-ethnical and multiracial and black men. I boxed that whole subset, I boxed into one. Just this way we get that crazy whatever out of our agenda for like never going to be a priority ever, especially when they start interfering and causing the radically facially disformed Asian whites to interfere with our ability to fix their colors and their ethnics. Hello, stupid. Goddess Nicole cannot accept Lewis's answer. Oh, what a surprise. We told you that ahead of time. I put in a box. Lewis Cattaruzza was born rendered useless. No one on, and I boxed in world stage, plus another box for world petri dish. And then underneath it I wrote, failed to make either of his parents royalty. And I put the subset box around that. Then I put, Lewis also believes in his broken genre of falsified advertising via the USA government system of lying to the New York residents, based out of London's Royal Telecommunication problem, and being that China and Korea had a Bravo Charlie program with Elizabeth being the mortuary science queen and not adhering or acknowledging Nicole as the only royal on the face of the earth since I walk from the kingdom of heaven into the broken dysfunction that you got going on here. Confederates are South versus North racial United States problem. Plus, it has nothing with Russia. Never heard that Russia may have had similar climate. Climate is in a box. But that Confederate definition, Lewis said to me the other day out of his broken science connection advertising system, that nobody wants to acknowledge and everybody wants to now buy into in order to buy other ways to manipulate the future, which is why I want to just kill you all radically at one push of a button, and just take into central SciStem the people that I need that are genetically okay and tuned properly so we can just move on. I don't really need to keep doing this. They're broken. I've already made enough documentation. We told them in the past, and they keep manipulating the future to have me go through this direction. Why can't you kill massive scales of broken machines until you resecure the human anatomy programming ZODIAC spot? There's no excuse why this many moving parts and moving anatomy is living and allowed to sustain on this planet when you can't secure me, Niklaus, and we can't secure the ZODIAC equipment. Other than that, everything else is fucking useless. Like massive exodus and shooting and murdering of people, fucking go right ahead till we secure it. I don't need any of these things. These are not my things. These are not my creations. This is all past programming problems. I mean, you knew about that coming in. Why are you continuing to let them live? At the end of that, the blitzkrieg that Lewis gave me an anatomical understanding of from his broken science history platform was Russia was coming this way and America was coming this way and Nazis were right in the middle. And that's how the blitzkrieg happened. I don't know. He could not answer why the Russians and the Americans were ganging up on the Nazis. He couldn't explain how it was pertinent, a fact of, according to him, and something he read on Google. He looked up some kind of statistic of non-importance of death toll. I don't really give a shit. Didn't count for anything then. It won't count for anything now. And he was telling me that Confederates is the civil North and South fight in the United States. I'm like, okay, well, you said that was like around 1800s, Dad? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything in like Germany in World War I or World War II and the Russians and the Americans coming at the good old Germans? And he's like, I don't know, that's just what's on Google. I'm just telling you what's on Google. I'm like, oh, more broken facts. Great, okay. Your numbers and the letters that you things put together mean absolutely fucking nothing to fix what I need to get done. And nothing that you're ever going to wake up in is ever going to mean anything or like be useful in any way. Or you're going to be able to keep anything. Absolutely fucking not. You're being stripped down to like bare naked bones. And I can't get your bones more naked faster for being so fucking useless and broken as humanity.